It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop J.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RDM Detroit. That's 1D, 2 E's Detroit. Or you can slide on over to the website, rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. And make sure when you're there, while you're there, you tell them the BSJ sent you. And for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so, and we will throw it up on the screen. But if you're one of them folks that wants to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, it won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That being said, joining me on the program today, where's his intro? Is this guy across the river, I should say, Kay Cunningham's favorite one fan, Joey James, aka Double J. Tell the people what you say.
You know what, Seth Curry, you're washed. You are washed. You can't. Oh man.
Listen,
bruh.
You said that like he wasn't washed before he was washed.
No.
He's been washed.
Just hang it up, man. Go sit next to Pops on the broadcast.
Oh, okay.
Enough's enough.
Okay.
I cannot believe.
Oh man.
What did he do, man?
I don't know, but
he refuses to hit 3 threes. That's all. And now finally, the day he hits 2, I watched him go 1 for 7. At least he tried.
So in other words, can we introduce our other co-host, please? Because you can ready to go down Parlay Avenue.
Right.
Anywho,
Parlay Plus.
Right. Parlay Plus, yeah. D Gully, the IT guy, joining us from the CO Lumbus. What it do?
Welcome. How y'all doing this evening? Glad to be here. Let's get right into it.
All righty then. Okay, listen to Mr. Andy Griffith. Anywho, we got a great show for y'all today. Got a few items on the menu we wanted to discuss, but I should say first, let us start the show. No spring scrimmage for Colorado and Syracuse. Dion and what's up with that? NCAA said no. What's the deal?
Yeah, what is the deal? Why did the NCAA?
I thought that was always a thing anyway. That's my first time. Maybe I'm just my memory is really worse than what I thought it was. Oh my gosh.
Oh, ain't no money in it, I guess. I don't know. It should be.
Well, Double J, you the guy to keep up to date with everything. I would have no clue. So I'm asking you.
So we're in an era otherwise known as the portal and NIL. And you go and ball out in that game, your value changed, which means
all right.
Oh, no underwearing. No underwearing. No wonder. Oh, I see. I didn't know that. But you know what the crazy part is? Just from a fan's perspective, then I know we can't speak for everybody, but just for a few of y'all out there, we'll try. Why is it that the fan, for the most part, allows themselves to be conditioned to discuss, when it comes to this sports thing, the players' the player side of the thing? Why is there so much venom and vitriol towards the players in the portal, in the NIL, or in general in the professionals getting paid? Man, this guy ain't worth this, or that guy ain't worth that, or how many times? And I do think that there should be some sort of moderation, for lack of a better word or term, when it comes to this portal, like some sort of better structure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're a player and you go into the portal 452 times, now I'm being facetious here, I'm embellishing, I guess, I don't know, but you go into the portal 452,000 times in less than 2 months, then come on now, that's abuse. You know what I mean? You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, so to speak. But coaches they will coach a team like the Jack State coach last year or last year. They coach a team to a bowl game, whatever, and then be out. Oh, who was the guy in college in basketball? Why his team was in the tournament? And they was talking about
there was more than one. I mean, Villanova's coach actually was the former Maryland coach.
Hello?
Yeah, and we need to make that make sense, because when a coach decides to leave, they are taking.
They don't get the backlash that players get.
Right. No, but they
ripped that coach.
Say what?
What you say?
Because so again, there is a flip side to it. Thankfully, we are starting to see more of that, because the timing of when the coaches leave. So to your guys' point, there absolutely needs to get far more ironed out and streamlined, because what's happening is whenever you're out of the tournament, we'll call it, right? So as in the I almost called it McNeese, right? McNeese
State.
Yeah. So their coach agreed to leave when they got bounced out of the tournament, but it was already public he was going. Maryland's coach, Kevin Willard, on the other hand, had not formally agreed to terms in that way. So, but everyone apparently knew it was a done deal. And so I was unaware, because I was like, when I heard Buzz Williams is at Maryland, I'm like, huh? You know, I'm like, did they fire the guy when they went that far? I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So apparently I was the one under a rock in this case, but Scott Van Pelt was like, man, you just ruined the program, because now all the kids are going to leave. And if you would have left 2 weeks ago, if we would have lost a week ago, as an example, instead of that buzzer beater, well, we could have found a different coach, right? Because there would have been other people available. Right. So now all of a sudden the timing of it, right? You had Coach John Calipari saying at one point in time when they said, hey, are you planning on getting anybody out of the portal? He goes, what are you talking about? When's it open? And he goes, on Monday. He goes, like, tomorrow?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. He goes, so all right, so now I got to tell my assistants we need to have meetings with our players as to who's staying.
Okay, so let me ask you this, though. Is that why we're seeing, shout out to him, actually, guys like Trey Young, and I can't think of, there's a few other guys seem like now they're like becoming general managers of these college teams? Is that why this, we need somebody to.
Hang on, man. Go check the tape, okay? If you remember, there was a guy on a show called The Shop Report that said you need to run the college programs like the pro teams and hire a general manager, not leave it up to an athletic director that serves in between the head coach and that's working on the management.
Did you say that, Double J?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Dang.
Yes, he did.
Well, and shout out to me. As always, I got to give a shout out to the people.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I see y'all. I see the numbers is jumping right now. You understand me? Again, if it wasn't for y'all, it ain't no us. We appreciate y'all tuning in. You understand me?
But I will actually say this. I want to shout out specifically to people on X right now. There are actually more people tuned in live on X right now than more than watching us currently than JFK sitting down for the first interview.
Oh, shout out. So in other words, shout out for that. I was going to give you a different button. Shout out to the people, man. The people know what time it is. I appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, for real.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, so that's where this is all, because you that double duty, so to speak, like the reason why we do what we do and the way we do it here. Everybody has a responsibility, if you would. You know what I mean? It's tough to try to handle all of it. So as these coaches and stuff, like Calipari, when does it open? Like if you got a GM, the GM then already told you, like when this is going down. So you already abreast of it. You know what I mean? You're not finding out at the last minute, if you would. This is, I think, man, that is really going to change the scope of college sports. And like you said, the athletic director, he out the door. Okay? Because the athletic director, in short, his responsibilities are what? As opposed to or versus a GM. The GM's responsibilities are a little bit more intricate. right?
So when we say GM, the GM would be for that particular sport, or we're talking about
school.
for the sports, for the school. Yeah,
that's school.
So what is the difference between the GM and the athletic director at this point?
Well, I think they are going to be far more specialized within the sport itself. So
that's what I'm thinking
football
too.
is may have its own. So to your point, traditionally it would be the oversight of an individual sport. And at this point, they're so profitable, right, that it's required. Now, the AD can still manage, kind of shake hands on the corporate side, if you will, right? It's interesting because there's in that blender currently with the as it's currently formatted, you would have the same athletic director meeting with the commissioner of your conference and then negotiating or working with them on negotiating for broadcast deals. You don't necessarily need Trae Young to go and do that, right? However, you need Trae Young to kind of guide you on how, with the current roster that you have, and who else is looking to possibly be available for the following year. So, and now you're able to utilize your coaching staff in a vastly different way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing, bruh, for college sports to have general managers as opposed to athletic directors.
So when we look at it, right, we look at the leagues, the NCAA or collegiate sports, it's as much a semi-pro league as, or almost a pro league itself, as the traditional major Big Four sports. And we just start with Big Four. But the other benefit of it is when we have more emphasis on the collegiate sports, the part that I'm looking forward to see is how this will affect the collegiate sports that we love that don't have a professional outlet, namely collegiate softball, right? Because we already see how the influence and the interest. You look at Caitlin Clark and other females in college basketball, what they've done in their arrival to the WNBA, right? Even though the WNBA has been around since 97 or 95 or whatever else. Still, the college, the fervor and the intensity and the interest and the excitement around college basketball, women's college basketball, translated to that pro game. I know, or I recognize, or I appreciate that college women's softball is a big deal for college, right? But where's the professional softball league for women? I don't see one.
It used to be one, and I'm telling you right now, Akron Racers, they had a squad, bro. They was whooping on Olympic softball players.
Right. So I mean,
they was whooping them bad, but it didn't fell to the wayside. That's a good. I don't know.
Well, so you know what? To both of your points. I mean, I remember the Jenny Finch days and that type of thing too.
Yeah.
What we've seen is a ripple effect already, where there's some, on I think it's TNT or ESPN or Fox Sports, whatever. That there's a different women's league that was taking place that was kind of in this off season, and I saw Angel Reese in it.
Talking about Unrivaled.
Yeah. So again, I was
gotcha.
otherwise unfamiliar with that at all, altogether. In addition to it, I happened to catch a former Purdue women's volleyball player playing for Grand Rapids in a women's professional volleyball league.
What?
So again, to Gully's point, if it makes dollars, it makes sense. And what you're starting to see is that, the interest is there, and there's a lot of momentum across the board or uniformly. And what I'm hoping will also occur, and this I talked about leveling the playing field, is when you have these different media rights deals that, unfortunately, as we saw in that NIL breakdown that I gave to you, that certain programs can do more versus, than others.
Yeah,
right?
Of course. I mean, but that's societal all the way across the board. There are the haves and the have-nots. You know what I'm trying to say? We are middle class, if that's even such a thing nowadays.
It's
so in other
rapidly
words,
disappearing.
Yeah, but it's not just sports now, where the football teams matter the most. obviously, but that's and and then the softball teams, what we mentioned, the swim teams don't. If you sports is a microcosm of every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? There are some who are in the 1% tax bracket, and there are others who are in my tax bracket. So I mean, hey.
Yeah. So if the movement and the activity and the landscape of college sports changes in the way that it is, hopefully we get attention to those different sports, the ones that we love to see. We love to see in college, but don't have a professional outlet. So that way, because I would like to see what happens to professional softball or name another sport. I mean, we see it in first of all in baseball, right? We look at how the MLB, the demographic of the MLB is almost totally different from the collegiate landscape, right?
Let me ask you this, Gully, because in soccer, we have a rival league to MLS that has just announced they're going to have promotion relegation. However, in their third tier currently is where the proposal for the college teams to participate in. So in theory, you could see a university team.
Like, let's say the University of Akron.
Mm-hmm.
Bring up Akron
again. Go against Chattanooga.
Don't do that. Don't start that. Don't start that nonsense.
No, because Akron
don't start that.
Your college soccer program.
See, it's true. It's true. I was recruited by him.
Oh my gosh, man. You was the biggest hater for sure.
They actually beat
What you mean? What you mean? I didn't know where you was going. I didn't know. Hey. Well, we ain't playing hardball. I know that. Yeah, okay. We're not doing that. All right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. No. Yeah. It just. Yeah, but then this guy, how you gonna lean all in the camera like I'm supposed to be scared? I'm saying, yeah, what the hell's going on out here? I'll save it. Yeah, anyway, I'm glad I cut that thought off because it was about to careen out of control. Anyway, yeah. Right quick, college game day. It's in-house now?
What you mean?
Yeah, college game day. You know how they Lee Corso and all of them, how they go on the road to various stadiums? That's a done deal. It's in-house now.
Budget cuts.
ESPN taking a beating, bruh.
It's no fun no more.
Well, don't. Would you look like you about to cry?
Right, so all right. That was part of that was part of what made it exciting.
Dude. Right. Because a lot of pregame shows before the pregame, game, pregame, you don't want to tune into.
Right.
It's too much pregame.
All right, I'm gonna put it this way. It's like the adverse. I don't like when inside the NBA travels. I feel like the order.
Yeah, that's good. That's a great. Oh, I gotta give you a button for that. Dang. Man, don't get on here and start trying to earn buttons. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
you're not
so
doing that.
Take that away. Come on, man. Wow.
That's interesting. That's a heck of a point because inside the NBA is better in studio.
Yeah, because that's how they get down.
Yeah.
What we
Whereas
love to
college
see
game day is on the other end of the spectrum. But either way, you're tuning in to both.
Well, before
you want to see what'd you say?
Well, before this change.
Oh, of course, that's why I don't understand it, bro. ESPN, bro, they must really be taking a beating, bro. Because like for the last 3 years at least, bro, it's been layoffs after layoffs after and they cut around the horn. Oh man,
it's gone. It's done.
Yeah, it's a done deal, bro.
Tony Reale and all them.
Well, they take taping like the last, like it's it's over with, something 30, July 32nd or something like that, or whatever the case may be.
No, but I get your point.
Yeah, what?
No, it's just right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with sports. What's going on with the network? Like that they're hemorrhaging money in that way. I'll put it this, and this is a question for Bubba J. Well, actually, it's Jubba J. You misspelled it. I'm the he.
Jabba who? Jabberwocky?
Jubba J. That's what you said, Jubba J, the other week, and we've been going with it ever since.
First of all, I don't know. Hey, listen. First of all, we don't do he said, she said, but she said, he said, he didn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
It ain't
you know what I said.
I ain't saying.
I ain't say that.
That's what.
Oh,
that's
man, please. That's what you saying.
We'll go back.
Man, stop it.
Go back.
Oh, please.
Double
Okay,
J.
you saying I said it, but I ain't saying nothing like that. Did you hear me say it?
All right. So look,
okay.
The question
nothing
is, where's the attention going? Because if revenue is up for, let's say, for the sport itself, revenue is up, attendance is up, viewership of the actual games are up. How are the shows?
But wait a minute though. I don't know if this is connected, but I'm gonna throw it out here. But a lot of these entities, sports entities, they got their own streaming and its own networks and stuff now, or whatever. Do they really need ESPN? Do they really need the NCAA if universities start policing themselves? Okay,
right. That's what
Big Pharma, so to speak, is about to be done.
Going? Where's the attention going? Like, okay, you cutting around the horn. All right, you got to save money here. Where's the attention going? Because we want to see it. We watch it all the time, right?
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you. But
all that money go to Stephen A. Smith.
Well, probably. But I'm gonna tell you what I think the problem is, man. They don't do the national networks. When they introduce new shows, they still have the same people on those new shows.
Okay.
They do that here in Cleveland. That's bad for business. In other words, it's every now and again when I'm going to work, whatever, or coming home, I listen to ESPN 850 sometime, Cleveland, with Russo and all of them. You know what I'm saying? And I know Tony, not Russo. What I'm saying? Yeah, is it Russo?
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. I can't even think of their names now. But with Gerard Cherry and all of them, and Emmett and all of them, or whatever the case may be, they got 17 different shows, and that's just picking a number. Okay. But the host for the first show for the first hour is the same two hosts for the 2 o'clock hour, the 3 o'clock hour, the 4 o'clock hour, and the 5 o'clock hour. If I could cuss on this program, I would. Man, I'm gonna see it's every
it's
10 hours.
It's your show.
No, okay, but still, my mama watch now. Don't you trying to get me a whooping? For real?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Much as you get me in trouble, you deserve it.
Man, please.
Whatever, man.
How get you in trouble? How?
Cause I get every time I
ain't say cause nothing.
Every time I call, because something you didn't say.
Okay, well,
you don't call her for no other reason but to get me in trouble.
Okay, well, I said it. I said
right.
That.
I end up on the couch without the phone call.
Right, exactly.
Hey, Double J, if you on the couch,
you be doing that.
You on the couch. No, Double J, no, please, man.
Double J be walking himself into that one.
Man, please. Yeah, I'm about to say, Double J, don't try to put that on me. We ain't passing the buck on that. You know what I'm saying? If you on the couch, hey, don't be sneak eating. You see what he tried to do right quick? He gonna try to eat his animal cracker like did nobody see that.
I had to get my snack.
I caught that. Yeah, okay. Anyway,
10 p.m. I gotta get my snack.
All right, I'm just saying, man. Yeah, ESPN is in trouble, bro. Because, like you said, where's the money going?
Well, wait a minute. What about Fox? What about Fox? Are they expanding? Or are they doing cuts the same way?
If they are, I haven't seen
anything. Again, the expansion has been via subtraction.
Okay.
But now you're starting to see the emergence of, so you had the Bally networks that are now, again, sports.
Ballyhooed.
Right. It's FanDuel network now, and they're starting to have shows out there. So again, you're talking about diversifying. You have multiple options to choose from, right? The whole premise of what originally ESPN was founded on was being the hub of it all. Right. People in the West Coast,
the headquarters.
Yep. They couldn't see those highlights to the East Coast games and vice versa. Now we're watching, as we discussed, cricket in Pakistan at 2 a.m. because you can't sleep.
Yeah.
Or the marble dropping championships.
Yeah, absolutely.
The who, what happened there?
The marble.
You ever see marble races? Oh yeah.
Bro, marble races?
No. Man, you gotta be some kind of board, man, to sit there and watch marble race down the line. Huh? Bro. Did the blue marble win? I just want to know if the blue marble won.
Blue marble, the iridescent joints, man, marble racing, and they got Hot Wheels racing.
Hold up, wait a minute. Whoa.
They take the straight Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels, the the McDonald's clown car, the Ghostbusters movie, yeah.
Bro, where's all this at? Why am I missing all of this?
And I'm telling you, and listen, and there are that's why we gotta watch for Double J. There are parlays to be made, bro. There are parlays to be played. Watching marbles go down the sandbox. I'm telling you,
that's the thing though. And that on the flip side though,
that's the dangerous part.
That's the dangerous part, because now there's something for you can gamble on everything. For the most part, you know what I mean?
Literally.
Now, I bet you I'll get there first. I bet you don't.
I mean,
I bet you tie your shoe faster than me.
It is people playing video games. Two people you've never met before.
Yeah.
There's literally a network that you can say, all right, it's this player versus this player. Some random stranger said, all right, I'll throw 100 on it too, on this guy, and you pick the other guy.
Yeah.
And then they got the nerve to put at the bottom of the screen, if you got a gambling problem, call 1-800.
Right,
oh my gosh.
Shout out to the Hot Wheels Racing League.
What you shouting them out for? Hey man, I gotta watch that, man, for real though. I grew up on Hot Wheels, baby.
It'll take a day off. I'm telling you like this.
Oh, it's one of them type of deals. PTO time.
What I'm telling you is you're going to get the rabbit hole, the wormhole is so vast and so powerful, you can forget it. It'll be Friday before you come out of it and realize, oh, man, I'm missing out, bruh.
So hold up, man. Hold up.
Bro, I don't listen.
Slow down. Hold up there now, Kimosabi. Hold up. Are you sitting here suggesting or implying,
bro,
that Hot Wheels racing is going to at some point replace NBA games? Am I want to see?
Send them a link, Double J.
Okay, yeah, link me, baby. Link me. I gotta get linked. I gotta get linked up.
I have wasted or expensed an unhealthy amount of time.
And you actually admitting this on national television? Listen, this dude right here, man. I didn't know this was an intervention, but that's what we're here for. Kumbaya.
Between the Hot Wheels and the marbles. I don't actually. The marbles might actually be even more live.
Oh no! I got to see this.
They call it rolling ball sculpture. Okay, because that is a form of kinetic art.
Yep.
What happened? Whoa! Slow down now. Close the front door and shut the back.
That contains moving pieces that specifically involves one or more rolling balls. A version where marbles compete in a race to win.
Yeah, you should throw a link. We should watch one time.
Okay, hold on. First of all, we ain't watching nothing. I'm just watching that solo. Okay, this ain't no group effort.
Man, right here, wait till you see.
Yeah, wait till I see. Talking about we should watch one. Man, nobody can't afford no popcorn. Talking about we. Get up out of here.
Shout out to everybody on X. If you guys watch the marble rally, by all means, send us who your favorite is.
Yes. Yeah, let us know who your favorite is. Hey, and speaking of watching stuff, right quick before we go to break, did you all ever see the movie Ford versus Ferrari?
I have not yet seen it, bro.
Oh, you don't know what you missing.
Seen it.
Hey, let me tell you something right quick, baby. Lee Iacocca is germane to the Shelby GT40, bro. I'm telling you, if it's not for Lee Iacocca, now Shelby was Shelby, and Shelby did what Shelby does, and he did it, and it was done. But he was right about the driver. Remember the example I used? We talking about whether it was we had this whole discussion about whether it was the coach or the player or the talent, Tom Brady and Belichick, who was it? I said, bruh, you can have the race car. It could be $1 million race car, and it can do everything. But you need the driver. Shelby pointed it out. He said, listen, man, told Mr. Henry Ford, he said, listen, you can put anybody in the car, true that. But you ain't going to win Le Mans unless you got my man in there. So you need both. You need both in order to get it done. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, and we're going to talk about the rule changes, the tush push in particular, and a few others on the NFL side of things. Man, this was a good one. Hey, Marvel up, baby. Marvel. Oh, and there's 3 Marvel movies coming out. The MCU is about to be done. If they don't get this right, it's done. Stan Lee's rolling over in his graveyard right now.
Be done, but
yeah, it is about to be done. We done. Break. I'm out.
I'm I'm Jordan Gudeman, and I'm the founder and CEO of Eddie G's Cookies. I was first diagnosed with a nut allergy when I was young. At the time, there weren't a lot of labeled items that said if there may contain nuts or there are nuts in the food, so my brother and sister and I baked a lot at home, and we enjoyed treats from mixes and things like that, but I noticed that it was not the same as what my friends were enjoying, and I started making my own recipes. When it was time to pick a career, I decided to start a bakery so I could share my treats with everybody else. When I started creating my recipe, I was taking in all the things that I thought I was missing out on. A soft, chewy center, a crisp outside crust, and a taste that is just like it came out of the oven at a bakery. When I put all those things together, I had come up with a recipe for a dream cookie. Eddie G's Cookies only uses the finest ingredients. We have all natural flavorings, no preservatives, and every cookie is made in a nut-free environment. The best part about Eddie G's Cookies is that they can be delivered right to your door. You can share them or not. We won't tell.
All right, we are back. That's right. Go to eddiegs.com and place your order today.
Orchard today.
And place your
orchard today.
Chocolate chip cookie. Hey, I don't need you to do that. I mean, what you doing that for?
You need to
don't tell. I don't want to hear it. No.
You.
Oh wow. Anyway.
Sometimes why?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, was that Hall & Oates? Oh, Snappy Doo. Okay, I can't go for that. I'm just saying, don't do that no more.
Oh,
Can't go for that. I'm just saying.
no
right
can
now,
do.
the NFL. I mean, come on now. This is me, baby. I'm BSJ, baby. NFL rule changes. Let me read them all first before we get to dissecting and so on and so forth here. But again, right quick though, y'all need to go check out that Ford versus Ferrari. Oh, and the outfit. That's my movie recommendations for the day. Ford versus Ferrari and the outfit. I'm trying to tell you. And that Shelby GT40. Man, do you know what Le Mans consists of, bro? We're talking about 24 hours, bro, racing. Okay?
Yeah.
No disrespect to NASCAR, because Rusty Wallace and Dale Earnhardt, them was my boys. And Cale Yarborough.
Yarborough.
I
Yes.
digress in eyes. Y'all don't understand, baby.
But
Speed is
24
J
hours
is
in that
speed.
joint?
But 24 hours. But the most difficult is rally racing. But anywho, I digress in eyes. Ford versus Ferrari and the outfit. Check them out. When it comes to the NFL rule changes, here are those that have been discussed or implemented or whatever you want to put it, however, so far. Both teams receive a possession in OT during the regular season games now. The expanded use of replay assist include hits on defenseless player, grabbing the face mask, horse collar tackles, and then roughing or running into the kicker. What I find interesting most is the Hawkeye cameras are now going to be used to measure first downs. And then lastly, the one that's been tabled, but that was all the talk, this is what I don't understand. The tush push. It's been tabled. That whether they're going to do away with that or not, they put that on the back burner for now. But why is there little to hardly any discussion about the use of this Hawkeye camera technology to measure first downs? That's a bigger deal than the tush push to me.
I don't think it is.
Well, why not?
Because the tush push is a guaranteed first down every single time it's run.
No, it's not.
In every one, okay.
Hold it. Don't
cut me off. Wait,
no, don't say that without looking up the numbers. Now this is a
name
numbers
an
case.
instance 1 yard or less. Name a tush push 1 yard or less that failed to be converted.
That ain't what you said. You didn't say
That
1
is
yard
what
less
I'm
initially.
saying.
That's not no.
The sad part is I will give you one. Josh Allen versus the Chiefs.
That was 1 yard or less.
Bam.
Let me double check.
That's not that's not what you said at first. You said name an instance where the tush
You
push.
keep talking about what I said at first. This is what I'm standing on. 1 yard. It's a guaranteed first down every time it's run within 1 yard.
Okay, but listen, here's the thing though. That
They
was
were
the only
0
way.
for 4 on tush pushes versus the Chiefs.
Okay, what was the yardage? Were they all less than a yard?
Okay, so let me ask you this question
Were
though.
they a yard or less?
Yeah,
Let me ask
one of them was for certain.
Let me ask this question. Before the tush push that the Eagles made famous, if you would, when it was 1 yard or less and quarterback sneaking, what's the difference?
It wasn't a tush push.
But
No, it wasn't. No, that alignment is significant for a reason, right? Because they've been quarterback sneaks forever.
that's what I'm trying to say.
But the lining up and moving forward the way that they move forward is a guarantee. Well, save this what you're saying. It's like a guarantee. First of all, it's illegal for the defense to push themselves forward in that same
That's
manner.
what I was waiting. That was okay. I didn't want to be the one to say it. Okay. Now that would be the only contingent I would have against the tush push. Because mind you, on field goals, somebody echoing. Mind you, on field goals and extra points or whatever the case may be, you know, when the game is on the line type of deal, the defense, they get penalized for like using one guy to propel themselves over another guy or hopping over or whatever the case may be, right? Okay, so in other words, you can't give yourself an advantage, is what I'm driving at here. So it's advantageous to the offense, obviously, and
Right.
disadvantageous, am I saying that right? To the defense significantly.
Yeah, because the defense, yes, essentially the defense cannot align themselves as they can't do the same.
They can't they can't do the
Just
same
like
thing.
it's strange to me, but a ball carrier can lean his head forward.
What do you mean?
A ball carrier can lean forward. But
Oh, you're talking about lowering the crown?
Yeah, he can lower a crown to make yards, but a defender can't do the same thing.
Okay, so all right, that's
Well, there's a two-parter to this that may have otherwise gone unnoticed. Is obviously I think Barbershop, you may or may not have mentioned the chain gang being no more.
That's why I said that. To me, this Hawkeye technology that's replacing the chain gang to measure first downs should be a bigger deal than the tush push. To me,
well, they're actually far more integrated with one another than we may realize. So I actually have a clip up that I'm not going to show from Chase Daniel. I'll post it in the chat. You guys could look, but
and why wouldn't you show it? Do copyright infringements and constrictionals and all that. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been flagged, people.
I will say this to those, especially to many that are watching on X live right now. It was former quarterback Chase Daniel. That it's his post referencing that reading quotes here. The Bills and Josh Allen were 0 for 4 on tush pushes versus the Chiefs. This spot on the most controversial call of the game is impossible to tell. What do you think? How do we not have a better way to measure this? So as you see verbatim on what he's saying, it wasn't necessarily how they didn't get it, but more so why they didn't get it.
Okay, that's to Gully's point. Because if you're doing that, then you really should be 100% every time it's attempted.
Now, I will say this, just because it sounds great on the surface, ask the many leagues across the globe that have implemented VAR, video assistant referee. I have seen someone called offsides because of their behind.
Okay, but you said league versus which sport is it?
Well, right. This is in soccer. But again, tell me somebody's behind sticking out. Somebody now, not even metaphorically, literally.
Used to be a game we played back in the. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Anyway, well, that's what made me offside. That gave me the advantage. Okay, come on, man. Like, there's limits here, and so but it sounds like a foolproof system. Like,
no, but it's no different than being in the neutral zone.
It was the 40-yard.
Gully, mute that because we're gonna get flagged.
Yeah, mute that.
It's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no different than Chris Jones being in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
or that offensive lineman getting those head starts. I mean, at some point, this is the dangerous can of worms, right? We're hearing those calls for that in baseball. We've seen certain
Now you're gonna have to call every little minute type of deal. Oh yeah.
Because now, well, wait a minute. The Hawkeye, watch, it's gonna find something better than anything else ever had, and it's not a part of it that first year, and it's gonna drive people crazy. We're now in an era where people are paid by the outcome per play. Now, I can't play that way personally, but I know plenty of people that do. And
you talking about players pay by the? What do you mean?
I'm talking about like players being, again, in reference to wagering. So like that, in saying that they're going to get a yard or more, or that it's going to be a successful run in a change or a turnover. Being at
you can't
1,
make sports betting legal and not think that you're going to have a tsunami of other stuff to come along with it.
Right.
Well, right. And that's why you're seeing ads now saying, like, don't be a jerk and yell at this college kid that cost you your parlay.
Yeah, they get death threats and everything. Yeah.
Need to retire.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, once upon a time, and been saying and going to keep saying, Arnold Rothstein taught me that no sporting event is completely left up to chance. Tim Donaghy, the book in particular, Personal Foul, taught me to follow the money. I keep more of it in my pocket. Okay. I got a mortgage company. Be like, you can parlay if you want to. and you'll be parcheesing out on that on the parkway.
I'll do a few more of those.
I can't afford to risk it, man. My mortgage company don't play. They like, oh, you late on 13 cents?
Hey, watch. He's gonna see this, and he's gonna end up hitting 4 tomorrow, and I'm gonna be dry heaving.
Who was he?
The he over here.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying. Yeah. But the tush push, though, I mean, at the end of the day, either you give the defense some sort of equal measure, or you probably got to get rid of it. But then on the flip side, is part of me saying, if you don't want the tush push, then don't let him get to the tush part.
Nah.
But wait a minute. It's a game. It's a game where. Go ahead, Gully. Go ahead.
What?
It's a game where that's gonna happen. It's gonna be. I mean, if it's a well played offense versus a well played defense, it's gonna be some short yardage situations. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Looking at that play, the failure for it to convert was simply because of, like you said, the correlation between having an Hawkeye camera and not. Because by all accounts, the tush push was successful on that particular play. It's just we had eyes to look another direction. So that's why it wasn't successful.
Oh, wait, when you say eyes looking another direction, no offense to those who are, okay, but you're trying to say was some folks out there with some black Ray-Bans on?
Or they swallowed
white stick, red tip. That what you're trying to say?
What I'm saying is it looked like a yard to me.
Now, I do recall, and I don't know if that clip showed maybe it was Sunday Night Football angle, where it was kind of difficult it was a much better view than this broadcast view that we see in this particular clip. Yep. But I don't recall if it was conclusive or not. So my unfortunate part of it is this: one of the better sports movies of all time, or football movies, is of course
the program. Darnell Jefferson, tailback. Sorry.
Listen here, James.
Relax, Willie Beeman.
Yeah, James Conn.
Sorry.
Oh man, and shout out, man, my man Val Kilmer, man. Yeah. Val Kilmer, man. May he rest. Hey. Man, we losing a lot of folks, boy.
Real talk. Sorry for the sidebar. What is Val Kilmer's most iconic role to you?
You're going with a DC movie, aren't you?
Oh, you already know that's what he doing. He DC'd out. He don't even like Marvel.
Answer the question, both of you.
First of all, you ain't Judge Wapner. You don't command me to do nothing. You don't do that. Tell me to answer the question. Like you pulled me over for drinking and driving or something. I need you to answer the question. Yeah, absolutely not. If I'm not difficult, then what am I?
Well, answer the question. You're not answering the questions. Huh?
I love to see the calf walk down the path.
All right, you know what? Never mind.
I'm just saying. Woo! Do not go in there. Laces out, Finkel. Anywho, I couldn't tell you right now, man. You're gonna, and you know what? You do this every doggone dag nabbited time because you know my memory is pathetic, and you're gonna ask me what's his most iconic role.
It's
I don't know.
easy. It is easy. It is
No, it's
so
not.
easy.
Well,
For
no,
me.
it's his most iconic role to you.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Oh, whoa, slow down there, Kimosabe.
Oh,
Doc Holliday and Tombstone.
Oh, slow it down. Whoa.
Doc Holliday and Tombstone. That is above Iceman. In Top Gun, as iconic as Top Gun is, Doc Holliday and Tombstone. He made that movie. He made that entire.
Well, first of all, nah, man. Man. Well, it was no. I mean, I'm not saying no that he didn't ball out, so to speak, in that movie. He did. That Tombstone was just a cold movie. Period.
Yeah,
bro. But everybody. Kurt Russell, everybody was cold in that movie, bro.
They were.
Everybody.
Come on, man. That man
don't do that. Don't.
He had TV. He showed up coughing with the pill and was like, "Yo, come on."
Yeah, I mean, Doc, but he was based on true stories or whatever. He was a doctor, actual doctor in real life.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, he was a doctor. I don't forget what his practice was, but he just had a pension. He just had a penchant for popping dudes. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
He said, "Man, we'll get this scalpel. Let me go start scalping." But yeah, iconic movie, yeah, and Val Kilmer, man. But I thought that's why Double J said DC. I thought you was going Batman.
No.
Oh man,
the problem with that is go ahead.
Double J. Now listen, any other time it's Batman. We could be talking about golf. He'd be like, Batman.
I would have liked for him to have returned in Batman and Robin, but it wasn't as iconic for me. I feel like Batman Forever. Batman was a big part of that. He wasn't a big part. He was a big part of that. He was a co-star on his own film.
Yeah, again, shout out to my man Val.
Man,
it was
You're
another
going
movie.
fast, man. It's kind of
it was another movie he was in. No, why do I want to say Marauders? Was he in Marauders?
I thought you were gonna go with Heat.
Oh, he was in Heat. Val Kilmer wasn't in Heat. That was. See,
Man, that just
go to show you how good Pacino and De Niro is. They stole the show. I don't even remember Val being in Heat.
But you know what? That was actually, I believe that was his motivation of participating in the film, was being with those guys. I'm almost positive. I came across it a long time ago.
Yeah, because them two dudes, De Niro and Pacino, boy, they heavy hitters. Clint Eastwood, Eastwood, De Niro, Pacino. Who else would you put on there? I'm talking about like iconic. Denzel.
Oh yeah.
Who else would you put on there?
On your Mount Rushmore of,
I guess, would you call it Mount Rushmore? I'm just saying, just naming, just like I'm talking about names like Jason Statham. Hey, what would you say? I know y'all got to forgive us. I know we kind of go off topic, but this is what we do. This, if you go to the barber shop or the beauty shop, for all my ladies out there, whatever the case may be, y'all know that's why we say this is sports commentary from a barbershop perspective. Because when you go to the barbershop, you start off on one, the next thing you know, the goalpost is outside. That's all I'm trying to tell you. What was I saying? No, for real though. Denzel Statham. Did you ever see The Beekeeper?
Yes, I have.
What would you say? The Beekeeper. What would you say about The Beekeeper? Because it's The Beekeeper 2.
What do you mean? There's a second one?
It's another one coming out. Just saying.
Oh,
ooh, yeah, ooh, ah.
Bro, that was only last year. What do you mean?
Did you like it or not like it? What?
No, I mean it wasn't. In my opinion, it wasn't Jason Statham's best film.
No, I wouldn't say that either. But it was still good. I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not saying it. Well, I'm not asking was it his best film.
I mean, to me, like there was a.
And then it's another Equalizer coming out too.
Well, I hope that one delivers.
Why?
Well, don't pout.
Why?
Hey, speaking of seconds, they're making another accountant, and it happened to
Oh,
be the guy
absolutely.
who played Lee Iacocca, of course. In
Yeah, but he played his brother in the first one too, though.
right.
Yeah.
But
Oh, no.
I'm putting that together for those that may have not otherwise seen
Okay,
the
got
film.
you. Oh no,
Scully.
bruh. The accountant, absolutely. And Ben Affleck, he on there. Reindeer Games.
He's on your Mount Rushmore.
I
Wow.
ain't saying Rushmore. I'm talking about names that if you see a trailer and this guy is in the trailer, you just automatically know. Oh, I gotta go see it.
Gully, who is that for you?
What's that?
What he just said, which is
A
Like
their name attached to a project. I'm just gonna go see it.
Yeah, you just off the rip. I guess I gotta go. I
Willem
said Statham,
Dafoe?
Denzel, Eastwood, De Niro, Pacino. Because if you have not seen Ronin,
All right, for me,
just saying,
it's gonna be Willem Dafoe,
love it. Okay.
Bryan
love it.
Cranston.
Holy. We talking Malcolm in the Middle?
Yes. No, we're talking Heisenberg.
Okay. That fire. Fantastic. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Of
course, a Denzel Washington project.
Yeah.
I said that already. This dude
So
right
what?
here, man.
You said it already. Like nobody can think. You know what?
No, you cannot.
When Honda started making cars, Toyota was already at the game. Guess what? They're both here.
But ain't neither one of them. You don't see no Rolls Royce commercials.
Nah, you don't.
Okay, then keep going.
You also don't see them at Valvoline and nothing else. You ain't gonna see one in my driveway anytime soon. Thank you very much. I'll take my.
Yeah, you got to speak it into existence.
Okay, well that's your fault.
I don't want one. I'm saying I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
Okay. Time to make the donuts. Okay, keep going.
Anyway, like I said, Willem Dafoe, Bryan Cranston, anything from Lawrence Fishburne. Any project, anything.
That's Morgan Freeman for me.
I was just I forgot Morg. My bad. Shout out to Morg, baby.
I'm tuning in for that. It seems like
Denzel.
he don't miss.
Let's see if of a younger talent.
Then me. You talking about me? Shout out to Jay, baby.
I said a younger talent.
Shout out to my fault. I got beside myself. Sorry, right quick.
I said a younger talent.
Okay. All right. Anywho, why y'all married?
They got to carbon date your diploma, bro.
Oh, hell no. This is what I'm talking about. This is the disrespect right here. You do this every week, bro. You know what I'm saying? You forget I know who you know. You know what I'm saying? So that you know that I'm gonna be placing a call after this is all done. It's it.
That's all right.
Last things least. We just sorry about the little, the little sidebar right quick, the movie sidebar. We just had to get that in right quick. I just know that lastly, though, before we finish up on this NFL side of things, Marvel is the next 3 Marvel movies in the MCU are coming out. Okay. The one with Dr. Doom or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I forget the one, the Avengers something. And then Secret Wars. Okay. Yeah. Now, they are not set to come out till 3095. Okay. Because they keep pushing them back.
Right.
But I'm telling y'all right now, the one to watch out for is Secret Wars. If they do not get Secret, as a former comic book collector, when I had hair, I'm just saying, I had all 12 issues of, I collected comic books. No, for real, bro. The 12 issues of Secret Wars when it came out in 1985, I want to say. Man, there was no better. And there's been some team ups. Wolverine, Spider-Man, and don't get it twisted, Spider-Man's is Marvel's top hero. I'm sorry. That's another story for another day. But it's been some team ups. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Cloak and Dagger, the Power Pack, Alpha Flight. Yeah, I'm going back, y'all. Holla at your boy.
Yeah.
That 12-part Secret Wars was the coldest. It was the coldest I'd ever seen. When they start doing the Marvel movies with the Iron Mans and all of that, I said, oh, okay. Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Because it was more so kind of in line with the comic book type deal, right?
Right.
Then somewhere along the line, maybe it was when Stan Lee passed, I'm not sure. But that MCU started kind of falling off a little bit. If they don't get that Secret Wars right, it's going to demolished the legacy of the MCU?
For me, I was out after Endgame.
Oh yeah. Double J, that was the one you was in, right?
Well, I would have. It was not formally credited, and didn't even get a special thanks.
What happened? Your car crashed?
Well, no, it was only a background. Apparently, that's not enough to add to the acting resume.
That's what I'm saying. You ran because your car crashed. Thanos smashed your car. Did you call Geico?
You know what?
They call that an act of God, and unfortunately,
well, they were right. I mean, Thanos.
Hey, and just like Geico, you could have said that 15 minutes ago. This dude right here, bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, I've always felt like, again, Dr. Doom, for me, if you think this goes back to the original, one of the OG rides, Hulk ride from Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios, that put them back into the game. Yeah, if you think you're going back 25 years ago.
Hey, listen, well, if that's the case, if you want to get back in the game, just come to Cleveland during the winter and try to navigate these chuck holes. I'm just, that's a ride for life, and with 4 inches snow on the ground too. I'm just saying.
But unfortunately, I didn't feel like they went away from Captain America in his roots, which was of course embedded in the World War II. And
Bucky,
of course, all
Red Skull.
Yeah, they didn't.
Hydra. Yeah,
they sped that up way too fast, and then every time they would cut back to it in a movie here or there, it just wasn't enough to really grab onto in the manner that first one you were able to truly kind of.
They lost me, man, along the way. I'm gonna keep saying it. When Stan Lee passed, I was like, oh man, it's finna get ugly. Oogly. And the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie with the wings and the
But what about, how do we feel with Tony Stark himself as Dr. Doom? How are we loving
who
that?
else would you get to play that role?
Right.
He had, bro, if you know any, that's what I'm trying to say, man. If you are a comic book person, then you, when you go to see these movies at the theater, you got a different you like this. I got a different expectation. Okay. But if you weren't a comic book person and you're going to watch the movies, you might be, oh my gosh, it was the greatest. No, if you comic book, you're like, oh, you like Siskel and Ebert. Like, absolutely not. You're going to get one tomato or rotten one for real. If they don't, they have to, it's a certain standard that you're looking for, bro. I'm just saying. And who else would you get to play that role? Just like there have been many, we've had this discussion somewhat. There have been many to play the role of Joker in Batman, but none better than Heath Ledger. None.
Oh my God.
Jack Nicholson, with all due respect.
Stop.
With all due respect.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
We're not. You're not doing anything. I'm doing.
This is not the show for this.
Why? What show should it be? Should it be Movie Week?
Tell me that Heath Ledger just far and away is a better Joker. No, he's not.
Heath Ledger's performance as a Joker was better than any of the other Jokers.
Not at all.
Yes, it was. No, absolutely, it was. Absolutely. With all due respect to Jack Nicholson, up until Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson was at the top. No, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It was not.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It was not.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Make Heath Ledger's Joker different and distinct.
Yes, it was.
That the Dark Knight actually made him, much like I just said when it comes to Val Kilmer playing Batman. The Joker was actually the star.
How are we not saying the same thing?
He was the main character of the story.
Okay, I don't know whatever
character of the story.
Whoever get the credits first when the movie ends, I don't care.
No.
I'm saying
Christian Bale is the top. Christian Bale got top billing. Heath Ledger was second billing.
Listen, that's not what I'm saying.
No,
I said of all of the Jokers played in the Joker Batman movies, Heath Ledger's Joker was better than all of the other Jokers. Now, who had top billing? Who had 35 cents?
He wasn't better than Jack Nicholson. It's like they were both equal.
Yes, it was. Okay, that's why we finna take another break. When we come back, we're gonna get to the NCAA, the men's and women's final score. Because we know that's another show. Yeah, that's
because I love that Batman. That Batman movie.
Okay, anyway, that's why. Yeah,
movie of all time. He's the second best.
You watching the Shop Report? I'm Harvey Diallo, and you watching the Shop. My name's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report. You're Jay Knight, you're watching the Shop Report. Max McKee, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Hi, I'm Mars Man, works at Mercury Stadium, and you're watching the Shock Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doug Flynn of the New York Mets. Well, a few other teams, of course, too. And you're watching the Shop Report.
I'm Matt Ramos, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? I'm Rajay Davis, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? This is Nelson Figueroa, former Major League pitcher with a lot of teams. You're about to listen to the Shop Report. Hey, this is Howard Johnson. You're watching the Shop Report.
Hi, I'm Heath Bell from the New York Mets, and you're listening to the Shop Report podcast. Yeah!
Hey, I'm Josh Tolley, former catcher of the New York Mets, and you're watching the Shop Report.
This is Edgardo Alfonso for the Mets, and you're listening to Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doc Gooden, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Hello, this is Mike Hampton, and you're watching Shop Report.
Hey, this is Herman R.V., former NFL offensive lineman with the Cleveland Browns and Baltimore Ravens, and you're listening to the Shop Report.
All right, we are back. I'm Barbershop Jay, back with Jubba J and Dahihu Ha Helen. I don't know whoever that is. I don't know who be doing the spelling, but we are back. Okay, let's get into some of this Final Four talk. Men's and on the women's side. It's going to start right there. You understand? The ladies take precedence there. You know what I'm saying? In this type of situation, I get it. On the men's side, all number one since I don't know what 2000 something or another are facing each other in the final. I don't remember when the last time it happened. you doing that again? Trying to test my memory? I tell you, my memory is terrible, and you keep doing this.
Well, all right. I'm sorry.
In the first, all games are Friday, I believe, on the women's side of things, and in the men's is Saturday. I don't know I forget the times. Somewhere around I think the first Texas and South Carolina, I think starts somewhere around like 7 or something like that. Then UConn and UCLA starts at 9. But in that Texas and South Carolina, man, can Dawn Staley, can these Gamecocks without an actual like go-to, ain't no Cardosa, ain't no forget the other girl's name that was good with South Carolina. Anyway, she don't have no go-to player. If they win it all, and I really don't like using if, but let's say they win it all this year. South Carolina, okay? Because a lot of people didn't expect them to get back to no Final Four. Let's say they win it all, bro. Is Dawn Staley now, should she be in that conversation of, not in terms of titles, obviously, because we always make that discussion about somebody else and on another side of the country, but in terms of anytime, meaning she don't have
be a record of how long it took.
Yeah,
he wasn't going out like that.
Don't worry, of course right. Not. I'm BSJ. Right.
We made it an hour this time. It almost broke through in the first few minutes. It almost broke through.
They say almost only count on hanger days and horseshoes.
Right, right. That
but I'm asking
was right here, and then it broke through.
Okay, yeah, right. Anyway, I'm not a pimple. Don't disrespect. What I'm asking here is most people that would begin to ask this question, like, should Dawn Staley be amongst the Pat Summits and the Ariamas or whatever? No, they'd be like, no, because she ain't got as many titles. No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm saying in terms of like Izzo, like Ariama, like Pat Summit, maybe even Kim Mulkey, I guess, to an extent. I'm not sure. But like when they get in a tournament, you don't bet against them. Is Dawn Staley with this team? Does she need to win another one in order for her to be in mention with them in that regard? Probably. Or has she already done that?
No, I don't know. Naysayers are always going to question championships with somebody that they don't think is as great. continues to win them, right? They need to win more. They ain't great. They need to win more. They ain't great. They'll never. If the greatness hasn't been established by now, it's gonna take a world of exception for them to be mentioned. But the point is, how deep into the playoff, into the tournament season can you take a team? Can you guide a team? And
that don't have a go-to? Go ahead, Double J.
No, I think if you really want, like, to me, it's already Crowner, right? Because just to make it this far she's done it in a different way. Like, yeah, Chloe Kitts is there. And Malaysia's great. But this is the first team that I can ever think of ever. And I'm literally ever. The top scorers of the team on a team, one of them comes off the bench. Like, we've heard,
and that's men's or women.
Man, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't ever hear, like, I mean, what, James Harden maybe at Oklahoma City, would have.
And that's interesting because you compare. This is a collegiate level thing,
right?
And the only really comparison that's even in the ballpark is a professional,
right?
You know what I'm trying to say? So that puts you up on the different type of pedestal or pedestal.
Wait a minute. She's used a handful of lineups this year. If Joyce Edwards comes off the bench, if she doesn't start, then that would mean both come off the bench. The top two. Bruh, that's a whole different element.
That's it. Hey, what did we say? A pun for sure. That is a game of depth.
But then on the flip side, Texas, that Booker girl, bruh, for all my folks out there who are into basketball and the women's game in particular, we were going to show the clip, but then again, we've been getting clip here lately, you know what I'm saying? Thanks to the FCC's, ACC, PCC, Airfoils people, whoever that may be. But anywho, we didn't buy a vowel, Pat Sajak, whatever.
That's going off the air too?
What? Yeah, I know exactly. Oh, now.
Well, I know.
Oh
Megan
my
did the
God!
same
Now you
thing.
want to be on a tizzy.
Talking about, and she ain't even had it on unless she was violently ill or something.
Pat Sajak, they not gonna replace the host. They just gonna get rid of it.
Bruh, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. They replaced Alex Trebek on Jeopardy. Obviously, may he rest. And that, bro, it ain't the same. You can't just be.
You can't just be terrible, but he's not Alex Trebek.
Well, I'm not saying he is Alex Trebek, but some people deliver a performance with a certain type of flair that you just got to be there.
Well, Ryan Seacrest wasn't good enough for Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, you know what? You cannot, with all due respect to Drew Carey, even though he's from Cleveland, you can't. But bro, Bob Barker beat up Happy Gilmore.
Some other things.
I'm just saying, Bob Barker was Bob.
Yeah, I've seen some of them clips.
You see some of them back in the 70s. Hey,
listen, I'm trying to say, it's tough to replace an icon.
Come on down.
Yeah, well,
down.
Yeah, he went down all right. I'm just saying.
What the cow say? Walk down.
Yeah, right. Got you. Even Steve Harvey for Family Feud. Bruh, Richard Dawson.
I don't know.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know.
Man, Richard Dawson was the man, bro. Man, Richard Dawson, bro. Dawson.
You know what?
Man.
I think Steve Harvey kind of.
You think he kind of made the adjustment? He kind of made you can have a discussion.
He broke through. Right. He broke through. It's like I said. It's 1 and 1A. Richard Dawson, Steve Harvey, 1 and 1A.
No. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to basketball because you just jumped out the plane at 82,000 feet with no parachute with that one. I knew you were gonna go too far.
Because I've got a suit made of vibranium. I got a suit made of vibranium.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm glad you. Sometimes they say you. Yes, I'm glad. Yeah, right. Yeah, as they say, sometimes your imagination is your only nation. I'm just saying.
I'm the president.
That Booker girl from Texas. Oh, we got a comment. We'll get to your comment here in a second. Hey, let me say this, bro. They played Haley Van Lith, if I'm saying that correctly, in TCU. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
In the third quarter, at the 28.8 second mark in the third quarter, Texas got the last possession of the third quarter. They run a 1-4 set. For all my basketball people out there, I want you all to go back and watch that last 28.8 seconds and how Booker from the beginning, in other words, and watch it from the beginning all the way up until she hit the shot. I want you to watch what Texas ran out of that 1-4. And then I want you to go watch the Today BA game. Pick one, because they run 1-4 sets in the NBA too. Okay? And tell me, don't, boy, let me sip. Let me
bit
sip.
your lip.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't, because I was finna say something. I was finna slip.
That's why I say
Okay.
you bit your lip. That's why I say you say, God, take a drink on that.
I want y'all to tell me, what y'all see. All right, how about that? Just tell me what y'all see. We're gonna get to this comment right quick. Let's see who.
No, we ain't. No, we ain't. No, we ain't.
Mrs.
No,
Alva.
No, we ain't.
Richard Dawson will kiss all the ladies on the list. Oh, slow down there, Mrs. A. Oh, slow it down there now. I was gonna say that actually. You know what I'm saying? But remember, Richard Dawson used to come on. He just had a, you know what I'm saying, it's suave. He was like, how you doing, Miss Jackson? She's like, oh, Richard. Then, you know what I'm saying? Next thing I know, they would go to a commercial break. Never seen that many damn
bet they would go to
commercials.
Remember that one? That one clip? Distract him.
Don't start nothing on here. Yeah. But anyway, who y'all got? Texas, South Carolina. I'm going Texas, man. Booker is.
Yeah.
She is the kind of player that can. Yes, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
I think South Carolina got something for it.
Okay, well, I'm taking
South
Texas.
Carolina.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm taking Texas. Double J, who you taking?
Well, the problem I do have as to what makes this even more challenging, I believe this is the fourth time these guys have played.
I thought it was the third. It's the fourth. It could be. I don't know. You might have me.
Because I think the conference tournament.
Oh, did they? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Who you got though?
I'm not betting against Dawn Staley. I can't.
I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, I'm jumping out the tree. I mean, this is what I do though. You know what I'm saying? I jump. You know what I mean? Y'all fail to realize, bro. I wore a helmet till I was in my 30s. Doing this kind of stuff is it's par for the course for me. You know what I mean? They say, oh, barbershop, put wooden match between his toes and lit him. They're like, oh, okay, and it's not surprising. I do stuff like this. But I'm going with Texas. All right. Then on the other side, UConn and UCLA. Who is the young lady for UCLA? They look like she's about as tall as Zach Edey, or look like it. What's her name? Double J. Mrs. A.
Nah, you're not talking about Lauren Betts, are you?
Oh, maybe it's
she's like 6'7", I thought.
Oh, I said she looked just for the ladies.
Comparatively speaking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She looked like she about as tall as Zach Edey out there, bro.
But I told you, I've been saying since we were on a hang with Gabby Jaquez, that name should be familiar because
Gabby was balling, but bruh, I'm telling you right now, it's UConn in Texas, bro.
Oh,
Booker and
come on, man, you're falling victim.
Booker and Beckers. That's gonna be the headline, bro. I'm telling you, Booker and Beckers, because Paige is not playing with y'all, boy. Paige ain't playing. Paige is a killer. And I use the term in terms of she go out there and be taking care of business.
There's just too much depth.
Your first 48 episodes.
So, all three of those four teams have been ranked number one at some point this season.
I ain't what that got to do in the tournament.
My point is depth, right? So depth coaching, we know. Okay,
UConn don't have depth.
Not like them, not like UCLA.
They're not like us.
I don't care. If you ain't betting against Don, I ain't betting against Gino. How about that? Give me Texas and UConn for all the marbles, since we on ESPN marble racing. I'm just saying. How about them marbles there? Yeah, right. Give me Texas and UConn.
I'll just say that the closer this game is at halftime, or if UCLA has the lead at half, that's it. It's done.
Yeah, okay. How many times UCLA been in big moments?
Well, sure.
I call them the Three Musketeers moments, or the Snickers
inexperience
moments.
of the Final Four. You could say that. I mean,
Okay, I'm
South
just saying.
Carolina lost a handful of times before they finally got over.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Page ain't playing. Booker and
I will
Beckers.
say this: if Betts has the ball, you might as well let her shoot because they're roughly 70% off of her passes. They shoot 70%.
And like UConn don't or can't or won't or ain't. Wicked. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So
Give
who y'all
yourself a
got
button.
then? What happened?
Give yourself a button on that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give myself a button then. I'm gonna give myself applause, baby. Sorry for the screen shaking. You know what I'm trying to say? I gotta look the desk I use.
Boom, shake the move. Boom. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh, hell no. Anyway,
I was correct. This is the fourth time that South Carolina and Texas have played
this year.
Yes, and South Carolina.
No, since 1845.
They lost in Austin by 4. Otherwise, they beat them in the conference tournament by 20.
Who lost where and what happened?
So South Carolina versus Texas in the 3-match this season. The home game in South Carolina, they won by 17. Then they lost in Austin by 4. And then in the conference tournament, they beat them by 19. So yeah, give me Dawn Staley in the final. You don't get blown out twice and barely get by at home.
I don't care. I think Book is balling right now. Book and Beckers. That's what's gonna be. And Book and Beck, baby. Okay, let's slide on over to the men's side. We got all number 1 seeds. Yeah. And speaking of seeds, if you like watermelon or grapes or any oranges, please find some with seeds in them. I'm just saying
that's seed.
Yeah, that's seedless.
Go to your international markets.
Okay. Man, nobody going to Abu Dhabi for no doggone fruit, bro. What's wrong with this dude right here, man? I'm giving you a button for that, okay?
You need timeout.
What happened?
You need timeout.
Hey, you need to change your diaper. Hey, Florida at Auburn on the men's side. Huh?
Auburn. You trying to get over it?
Okay, that's what you're doing. You disrespecting your elders right now. That's what we're doing. Okay.
All I'm saying is 1-800-ABCDEFG.
So you know your alphabets. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, I wasn't getting ready to, Double J. So you said ABC 1, 2, 3?
No, that's what the Jackson 5 said. I said ABCDEFG.
So this ain't Sesame Street.
It's hooked on phonics. It worked for me.
Okay. Yeah, well, whatever you say, Tad, Lee Pad, JJ Fad, my bad.
Lakers in 5.
Hey, see, that's what we not. that's what we not finna do right here, man. Florida and Auburn. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Florida.
Yep. Why? Because of Hawk?
Yeah. Namely.
No. Double J, you sitting over there looking sideways. Who you doing the same thing?
Oh yeah, I told you. When we don't make me want to look at your bracket one more time.
Yeah, no, let's bring that up.
It's not a bracket no more, bro.
We could have won the broken bracket tournament.
Oh. You know what? It took me a half a second for me to catch that. Wow, this guy right here, man. Wow.
Yo,
wow. But I see you got company today, so therefore.
He glitched out for real. He was like, nah.
Yeah, I sure did. Took me. Yeah, okay. Don't disrespect. Hey, don't you? Oh man. Okay, what?
All right, well, we're right there at the top. Oh, there's Double J with the Gators. And we're going to keep scrolling. Barbershop J down in 17th place.
Yay! Hey, somebody got to bring up the rear.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Wait a minute. So who do you have in the
This is ridiculous. It's real interesting how you get. It's real interesting how you get a chuckle out of that. Oh, this is ladies and gentlemen,
Chuck Lil John.
Ladies and gentlemen, dearly beloved, we are not gathered here today or tomorrow. This is unbelievable. Okay, yeah, I mean, hey. Hey, I stand by mine. Okay, I tell you, my bracket was busted from day one. What you say? What you want me to do? What me do? You know what I'm saying? This is what happens. Listen, when I don't take my medication, I told y'all don't listen to nothing I say. Nothing. Anywho, Florida, Auburn. I'm taking Auburn. How about that? Y'all got Florida? Okay.
Florida.
Houston at Duke.
Low.
Really? We got to see this again? Really? Houston at Duke. Who you got?
Well, I mean, you got Houston there somehow.
I said who you got. See who I got.
You got Houston. You got Houston there.
Oh boy. Can we leave it back right here? Thank you. My God.
Bring that tournament back up one more time.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that. This is
sheet of integrity.
No, it's not. It's a sheet, all right. That's what it is.
He got. Wait a minute. We let him listen. You know what? No,
you didn't let me do nothing.
Right. Clearly,
bro. I volunteered to put my bracket up. Where's y'all brackets at?
Wait a minute.
Since we italicized in mine.
Wait. How did St. John's get here?
Well, at the time, St. John's was balling.
Really? Oh, how did we let St. John's get here? Please tell me. Tell me St. John's improbable run to a national title. Please let us.
You're making my face itch.
Let us see it, Double J, please. Tell us how St. John's made it to his mythical.
There we go.
How did St. John's do this? What did we have? Oh, well, he had Drake versus Texas Tech, right? And then he had it completely wrong. Ooh. So
I have Florida right.
Yeah.
Until they ran into your beloved.
Until they ran into your eventual champion.
Well, they Texas Tech, they don't wear the same colors. I'm just trying to say, bro. It was a marbles color scheme thing, is what I'm trying to say, bro.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I got Florida, I got Houston right. Keep going.
Yeah, you did.
Come on, I got some greens in there. Don't act like I ain't got no greens, and I wouldn't have won the busted bracket.
Yeah, right. You couldn't win for losing. Basically, what you're saying.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Okay.
Well,
I'll tell you what.
You got halfway there.
Who y'all got?
Yeah, Oregon and BYU.
Did I? But BYU was balling.
Oh man. Hey, I don't think they've ever been that far in a tournament since like the 80s.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, all right.
He's learning a lesson.
My stomach hurt.
Well, then take some Pepto-Bismol if your stomach hurt.
Bro, I do not have to do crunches for the rest of the week.
No.
Oh my God. Oh, remember how he was cutting us off? Remember how he didn't want us to talk? This is his bracket. He did this.
Well, I volunteered to put my bracket up in the first place. What are you saying?
You volunteered as tribute. Oh, I'm not saying nothing. I'm laughing. Listen,
I don't gamble, so I took a gamble, and I don't gamble.
Listen, that's why you are smart.
The gamble didn't pay off.
That's why you are smart. You didn't gamble. You don't ever do it again.
Wow, unbelievable. Houston at Duke. Who we got?
Let me see who our host is.
Okay.
No, real talk.
Hold on. No, go the other way. Who I got? So I had that was good right there. No, whose bracket is this?
This is Double J's bracket.
This is Double J's bracket.
Somebody got some sense.
Yeah, I know. I got 35 cents. Keep it up here. You got Florida and Duke?
He got Florida and Duke, and he got Florida winning it all.
Man, Cooper Flag is getting ready to open up a can, and I ain't even about to say nothing.
Nah, all right. You asked Houston and Duke. All right, I'm going to go with
I think Duke gonna win it all, though.
You think Duke can win it all?
Yeah, Cooper Flag is he just that good.
I like Florida and Duke in the national championship. I outpicked them in my Final Four.
No, you didn't.
I would. I said.
Oh, you would, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then who did you have in your Final Four?
I just told nobody because I'm not that type of prognosticator. Okay, I'm not a guy that's going to give you the tournament and the picks and who's going to win the points. I'm not that dude. I'm looking at, okay, these guys made it based off of what they've done. Who do they look like today? That's who I am. Okay, you talk about your
but you're an instigator.
Oh yeah,
alligator,
I am that. I am a Florida
an accentuator. Right? Yeah, got you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, who we got?
I just told you.
Okay.
I got Florida and Duke in the national championship.
Double J, who you got?
Florida.
My concern is the location, but Duke travels very well. They also have a pretty deep team, including Mason Gillis, former Purdue player, on their bench, who can hit some clutch threes if needed. And certainly
that guard for Florida. What's the guard for Florida? What's his name?
There's a few. Will Richard comes to mind.
The name don't sound. Give me somebody else. Maybe it is Will Richard.
Well, they got Elijah Martin. Walter Clayton is probably who you're thinking of.
I think yes, Clayton. Man, when he get hot, boy. Man, when he get going, bro, it's like water.
But I told, hey, look, when he was filling out that bracket, I told him I'd been on Florida since December.
Yeah, I know.
And he just was like,
All right. So on the men's side, we got Duke and Florida. That's who y'all got. I got Auburn and Duke. And then on women's side,
you going against your own bracket?
I don't have a bracket.
Yeah, your bracket, you picked Houston.
Yeah, you did.
Listen, did you hear what I said? After day one, it was no longer a bracket. It might have been one on paper.
You got Houston in the national championship losing the same.
This is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous. I can't.
Hey man, I almost want to go back and rewatch that show, but I won't. I
will. I am going to do this. Now listen, I'm going live. I'm laughing hard, but listen.
Well, we can tell you not Harley. We can tell you not Harley not laughing. We can tell that.
I helped and understand. This is a disclaimer. He got here part a great deal through his own stubbornness, but I did assist in this.
Oh, you didn't help me. I don't need no help.
Oh, you claiming this?
I'm claiming it. What you mean?
Oh, then I'm laughing.
Listen, bro.
Yeah, please rewatch that show.
Yeah, nah, bro. I'm not like the new ESPN. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Stuart Scott, man. He rests, baby. I'll put it out there. I'll stand with it.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me tell you something.
Much better. And listen, we do a much better job in the NBA and the NFL than we do with this here.
Oh, now it's we. But on this bracket, it's just me. Now you want to claim we. I ain't French fries.
All right.
Bro, we do a much better job.
I'm trying to take the bid with you.
No. Don't team up now. Don't team up now. This ain't no Avengers Endgame. Team up same.
I'm glad.
Nah.
Why you bring that up? Why you bring? I told you. That's the movie.
That's why.
I fell out of MCU after that movie.
Well, you fell out your car seat too, but ain't nobody saying nothing about that. I'm just saying. Okay, my bracket is mine. Like, hey, I told you once, I tell you twice.
Just because you got your head stuck in the
like
head,
King Nebuchadnezzar and the three boys. What was the moral of the story? If you're gonna stand. If you're gonna sit, but
don't play a bracket with your recommendation.
Well, I'm just saying, Jay, don't waver, baby. Right now, we're gonna take a 35-second time out because that's what I need after this shenanigans. Will y'all stop changing the cameras, please? Thank you very much. All right. Last but not least, we're going to get to some of this MLB. That's right. Major League Baseball.
The
Melb season. Hey, settle down there, bro. Don't nobody want to know.
I didn't say
the
nothing
magazines you be watching at the midnight. Anyway,
magazines I watch.
Say. Yeah, absolutely.
Telling on yourself.
Absolutely not. I'm telling on you. I don't need to tell on myself. Anybody that know me know. You okay? How it go? Major League Baseball season just kicked off. It's really too early to tell anything, like who might do what and so on and so forth, obviously. So we'll wait till we get down the road before we get in that kind of talk. But I do want to discuss the rest of the league is scrambling to catch up after the Yankees torpedo a few ballparks to start the season.
Well,
what's with the torpedo bats, and are they legal?
Hey, listen, like I heard circulating.
First of all, who is circulating it? Don't tell me what as you heard circulating. Who did you hear?
It was another another show.
Okay,
not a major label show, but somebody had to.
Slow down.
He was of this opinion. He says if these bats are allowed, then Barry Bonds need to be in the Hall of Fame immediately.
And Pete Rose.
Well, see, Pete Rose needed to be in the Hall of Fame because his set of circumstances is totally different. I know.
I know, but I had
no, he should be in because
you said Hall of Fame. I think Pete Rose.
Yeah, nothing about what it says makes it. It don't matter. It unfortunately don't matter much anymore. I think putting Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame posthumously is actually an insult.
It is,
and I think it would be done as like a joke. Pete Rose and his and
almost, you know what? When I saw that happen, man, I just the word or term, if you want lack of a better one, I guess, or whichever one you pick, that came to mind at the time was caricature.
Correct.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like I was like, oh, wow, that's so disrespectful. Have you ever looked up his resume, Pete Rose's resume?
Right,
bro.
All of that.
This dude played. How many All-Star games did he go to? Every one of them since they started. I just seemed like it. Okay.
He was never not on.
And the Big Red Machine, that's a whole nother thing too. But this man played how many different positions in the All-Star game, bro? He made it as an All-Star in how many different positions?
Right.
Come on,
that's
bro.
hard to do.
Come on, bro. Right. Yeah, like I say, man, when it comes to this gambling thing in sports, I just befuddled by the whole flabbergasted, whatever. Like it's legal, but it's illegal. So, you know what I'm trying to say? It's illegal. Okay. Yeah, we as the owners and the people that run the thing, yeah, we can put it out there, but you as a player, you better not get caught.
Right.
Now, I'm not for point shaving and things of that nature. You get what I'm trying to say? But why can't a player go down to his local gas station and hit the scratch off? You know what I'm saying? But hey, why can't he bet on the Lakers? Or the Sixers.
Right.
I'm just saying. Come on, bro. Yeah. Anywho, these torpedo bats, bruh. I looked for everything I read said that they legal.
Well, correct, because you're doing essentially a patriot rule, which is to
good point.
Interpret a rule and find the gray area. And then say, prove it.
And then
no, this is not a patriot rule.
Why not?
Because there was no gray area. Listen, the patriot rule. This is the biggest farce. There was no gray area before they decided it was that there was no such thing as a gray area with Tom Brady. That was nonsense. That was something that somebody put into the conversation and they let it stay. If you say something, listen. Remember,
you mentioned Tom Brady talking about the fumble.
People don't remember. Yeah, people don't remember what you say. They remember what you keep saying. That whole gray area phrase just kept coming up for in the days since there was no gray area for such a thing. Before they
and it became one because
they kept repeating it. There was no gray area.
Shout out.
Well, they said he was throwing.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, look, I was sour. I was a sourpuss to that.
The idea that you needed to extend, if the ball never left your hand and it come out, it is a fumble.
Yeah.
The ball was in his hand
Yeah,
and it was pushed out. It was a fumble. If he's still connected to it, there's no such thing as a
became a gray area because they wanted it to be a gray area.
Exactly.
Okay.
So my bad for striking.
Right.
No,
I was
but
actually,
that's, I mean,
I was
hey.
in reference to the so-called deflate gate. That was where I was going.
Oh, the deflate gate.
Oh,
still, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the tuck rule that you kind of took that one and ran.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The tuck rule was open and shut, baby. That was tape don't lie.
No, I was sour when that occurred in real time. So
what gray area?
Because the NFL did not, and they still do not like the Raiders. Well, they might have a different spiel because they
and you know what?
But
They
anyway,
did a fantastic documentary on this.
On what, the tuck rule?
On the history of the Raiders with
the NFL.
Not Mark Davis, but of course
Al Davis.
Al Davis.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, Al Davis challenged. I almost wanted to call him Paul Tagliabue, but essentially the commissioner at the time. And this was near the tail end. And he ended up making nice with all these guys.
Roselle.
Yeah,
Roselle.
Okay, I almost said Howard.
You can say Howard Cosell Roselle. This guy right here. Oh my gosh, bro.
The band is on the field.
How you gonna play 82 years of the NFL together all in one
Commissioner
day?
of the NFL, Howard Cosell here, and we do not like
equally iconic. You could argue more iconic.
What happened? What happened?
Howard Cosell versus Pete Rozelle.
Yeah, Howard
no
Cosell
question.
More iconic.
No question. No question.
Arguably one of the worst commissioners in football.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
I know. Maybe
whoa. But he's not. Who?
Pete Rose? Not Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
No, he's
Dang.
doing it.
He didn't mess me up.
Right.
Pete Roselle Cosell. Is that who you talking about? No, I wanted to say Paul Tagliabue, but no, man. No.
I don't remember. See, my memory doesn't.
We need to do lists like that. Let's start ranking who are the worst to best commissioners in football and why.
I don't. My
ownership.
My memory.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, we really could do that. What happened?
My memory would only go to Pete Rozelle, and I don't think I was alive really during his.
Well, then
when
if
he was the commissioner, so it would only
your
be
memory would go to Pete Rozelle,
and it'll be Tagliabue and
okay. So in other words,
that
guy. Okay, okay, got you. Rozelle was not. He was not a horrendous commissioner.
Well,
no.
Hold on, wait.
Well, some people say, but it had a lot to do with that strike when the scabs came in, is what they called them.
But
I think it was 87.
Wait a minute.
What?
Any commissioner of the NFL prior to the NFL taking seriously the long-term effects of head injuries should all be in the same basket. It is,
but Roger Goodell, but Badell, not Rydell. Don't get it confused. And this ain't no malarkey,
right?
Okay?
So he's only an extension of. So how good could any of them be? See, what I'm saying is, in the NFL, it's different from, let's say, the NBA. The NBA doesn't have.
No, because Adam Silver is horrendous.
No,
that's terrible and horrendous. That's my word.
What I mean is, but the NFL doesn't have the way the sport is played. You don't have something like a CTE that's plaguing the sport, that's been around, lurking in the undercurrent of the sport for generations.
Yes, you do. It was Al Davis.
In basketball? He talking about basketball.
In basketball.
Oh, I'm sorry. In basketball.
Yeah,
Okay.
in basketball. No. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a
basketball. No, basketball is the badminton equivalent or flip side.
Well, no, what
NFL
basketball
football.
had was a substance abuse issue that they just they didn't
they was getting blew back on the sidelines, baby.
Yeah. You see that one dude that was on the Celtics? He was talking about, he speaks out and he's sober now. But
hey, when they was going for the layups, they was getting high. They was getting up there, baby. Like they ain't finger roll.
They kept eyes on the backboard, huh?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
But
it wasn't no trauma. We talking about trauma.
Yeah. something
the
like
trauma associated with football, basketball, and badminton can't even compare.
Directly attributed to playing the sport, right? That's what I'm saying. Directly attributed to playing the sport, you have these rash of injuries, and then you had means and quiet ways of getting players to continue playing through that level of pain and that level of discomfort and not being properly treated. Then when their career is over with, not being taken care of. The same way we tend to have a problem with the way our veterans are treated once they've returned from service. It's kind of funny, about America, the way we have.
So you saying that Roselle, by not addressing the issue that he knew was an issue at the time,
right,
and letting the love, because back then the love of the sport superseded, in other words, if we don't bring it up, the people's love for it going to keep them distracted from us having to bring it up.
Right. We cry about how we cry universally about how it's soft. It's a patty cake sport now.
Well, I don't say that. Hold on.
Wait. Let me say this.
When you say we, be specific.
Let me say this. As a collective, there is a general sentiment that the sport is softer. NFL or any sports, but we just gonna stick it to the NFL.
But who are those people? And I say I'm not saying literally. I'm just saying those people. If they think
wait a minute. Generally speaking, the league now is viewed as softer than it used to be.
I think that's applicable to the NBA in particular.
Bro. Listen, it's
don't say pertinent
to NFL.
Okay, go ahead.
Because there are certain things that what is pass interference now? Very little can be done very little can be done right now to interrupt a wide receiver's pass to the ball.
Okay, I got you. All right.
But at the same time, when it was a much rougher sport,
Jack Tatum, Mike Curtis, Chuck McNary.
Like, hey, it's three. I see it's three head coaches here. I see three Buddy Ryans looking at me. They like, yo, do this. Get back out there. It's 3rd and 7. We're gonna run a blitz package. So there is that contradiction or that cognitive dissonance of the sport need to be tougher, but these guys are really the gladiators that Russell Crowe was fighting and Damon Hunter was fighting in that movie.
In 300?
In
the movie Gladiator, or is it 300?
No, in Gladiator.
Gladiator, right? Okay.
So my point is, proper respect wasn't given to the way we wanted to appreciate the sport, right? We want to appreciate the toughness, the roughness, the grit, and we want to celebrate that. But then the consequences of performing at that level,
you want to have our cake and eat it too. So
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
You're suggesting, had they taken a better approach to mental and substance abuse that were likely byproducts of a combination of both.
Substance abuse in the NBA, mental. I think you should separate.
No, I mean, I would suggest.
Bro, because
look at for every Jim McMahon and Brian Urlacher was getting shots and getting shot up. He said
Toradol and all that type of
play the game, and so they go hand in hand, right? These individuals, to play a gladiator sport. So to suggest that they're softer now. I mean, you yourself, Barbershop Jay, have really been lambasted people wearing the Pampers, as you called them.
Hold it. First of all, I need to step away just for like 3 seconds. It's a book I want to show you all. Bear with me.
All right.
So where I'm going with it, Gully, however, is speaking of mental health and financial, that goes hand in hand long term with the NBA.
Okay.
That their financial inaptability.
You see this book here?
Okay.
Yeah.
If you are for all my readers out there, let me bag him up a little bit. Make sure y'all can see that there. All right. When you talk about the shots and what these guys had to go through to be able to now, Mark Bavaro, he go down as one of the best tight ends in NFL history. Right. Especially when it comes to toughness and what these guys play through, and that, bruh, you gotta get this because it speaks to that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Nowadays, see, I don't. But my take on the NFL though, I don't like to hear some of the stuff from fans when it comes to the NFL. Best ability is availability, or he can't stay on the field, or that guy stay hurt.
Yeah, but then in the same breath, you talk about load management.
That's basketball because listen, don't do that. Don't blend the two. There's a separation. In football, I'm always lending credence to the trauma that comes with the sport. That I said, when people say, "Oh, he can't stay healthy," I said, do you consider his occupation? You consider what he do for a living? He's just a car crash every play, even with the rule changes. But now, in basketball, bruh,
how much force? Look, there was science.
Bruh, it's no way in the world Kevin Durant. There's no way in the world Kevin Durant get a pass. No, Kevin Durant. No.
Imagine making contact
with
another individual.
No, I'm sorry. Kevin Durant don't get no pass from me wearing them ugly low cut shoes, playing basketball in the start and stop sport like he doing, and he rolled his ankle. It's been too many more rolled ankles in basketball because of the dang on shoes that they wearing, not because they crashing into people on the regular. I tell you what, give me the point guard, shooting guard, whoever it is, when he go up for a shot, and show me his fingers after 185 games played versus 16 games of the fingers of an NFL offensive lineman who played 16 games. Bro, I'm not trying to hear that. When I say what I say about the NFL and basketball, there's two different things. Basketball players should not be getting hurt to the tune that they are getting hurt nowadays, especially when it's so wide open and it's only 10 players on the court. Football players, especially offensive linemen, crash into each other for 100 yards. Don't have no 18, 19 play drive, and then think them dudes gonna turn around. And then don't be a defense where your offense go out there and turn the ball over and you got to go right back out there and do it again. Bro, it's no comparison.
Right.
Yeah, come on, bro. It's no comparison. The NBA ain't got nothing to complain about.
As soon as you run off the field,
you got to come defense, right back on the field,
you see
bro.
The punt team coming out like,
thank you. Hey, and listen, one sport requires a helmet, and the other one, we looking at the top of Kevin Durant's head and LeBron's head look like mine. I'm just saying, bro. No, bro. No, absolutely not. The NBA can't say nothing about injuries. The NBA basketball players, period.
Yeah.
Because the NFL injuries, 9 times out of 8 are contact. The NBA injuries are non-contact injuries, bro.
It amazes me
the amount of
players that are dual sport athletes that choose football. Like Russell Wilson was drafted, wasn't he drafted by the Yankees?
Thank you. I don't know which team to play baseball. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Was it Charlie Ward?
Exactly. Well, Charlie Ward his timing is everything. He was too short to play quarterback and all that. It was a whole lot of politics.
No. He chose. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. He ended up choosing.
Yeah, he chose basketball.
But
with Chris Leak.
Yeah.
Before Tom Thibodeau or whatever Tom Thibodeau or whatever they call his name. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. NFL, NBA players, and we talking about injuries now.
Yeah.
Injuries in the NBA, injuries in the NFL. They leave them over there. They far separate.
But we dove all the way around that.
This is what we do. Double J lit the match, and I set it on fire.
Yeah, we was talking about those bats, but
yeah, that's right. We talking about torpedoes, man.
So and then going back to the gray area.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the gray matter.
Woo, man.
Sorry, y'all.
It's about the rule it speaks to the diameter of the bat, but it does not say where it has to meet that diameter.
Okay, so with these bats, if they do the measurements and the measurements measure out as they did before this happened, what can you do?
So the question that I would have is, what was the psychology behind the shape of the bat? Why did they think that the shape of the bat before this modification? Why did they think that made the most sense?
Because of from my understanding, from where the ball makes the most contact when the ball hits, you know what I'm saying? What part of the bat the ball hits most often? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So the original bat shape was reflective of the thought that the bat hits the ball
at a certain point on the bat. If
okay, that makes sense. So now the Yankees are discovering, hey, you know what? We getting the bat. The bat is actually hitting the ball, or the ball is actually
hitting the bat at a certain spot, right?
Yeah.
We want the meat. We want the meat of that spot where the ball is going to hit the bat at.
Yeah.
We want our, I don't know, what would you call it, centrifugal force or something? We want the most pop and at that spot on the bat.
And they gotta hit and it's
right, and whatever it's doing, bro, it's working.
Yeah.
They got 465 home runs right now after 8 games.
Right. And it's a hitter's ballpark anyway. I mean,
across the board, though, it's not up that much. And here's the thing, using the kind of biomechanics that they're doing now, right?
Well, hold up, Double J, you said across the board. You mean we talking about just the Yankees are the only squad that
it's 3 teams that the Yankees were first. And the results after day 1 was like, I think 3 other
let's
teams
go get some of them. Yeah.
3 other teams went to the store with
I didn't know that.
I
didn't know that. Who were the other teams?
Well, Ellie De La Cruz from the Reds, he hit 2 homers with it. So here's the thing. So the pro of it is, again, with that diameter, it doesn't say where it needs to meet that diameter as long as it doesn't exceed it. And then additionally, what they're using is each is different for each individual player, right? Looking at your swing versus mine, where I'm most likely going to have the barrel of my bat hit.
That's what
that is where I need it to be. So that's what makes this a little bit more unique as well. Is that they're truly tailoring these bats to each
like you would a glove.
Like
you would the glove to the player. So I didn't know that.
Now remember when the first glove came out, for those that are unaware, because they do a game out here at the Henry Ford Museum annually, gloves were considered for the weak, right? And they had to pay a star player to wear one in order to have it gain traction. But
learn something new every day.
As it pertains to this particular bat type, as much as it does in terms of benefiting them, when it comes to making that type of contact, when it comes to pitches that are down and away, it is equally as negatively as effective. So there is a balance to it.
So wait. So wait a minute, run that by me again. So you said pitches that are low and away?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of foul balls is what you're saying?
Right.
So low and away pitches are going to have some trouble. Batters going to have some trouble with low and away. Yeah, because they don't have
more so than they normally do with this change to the bat.
So actually, this is actually
it's an equalizer.
Yeah, it's actually a pro for the widespread use of the bat, because now it's like the batter gets to take a chance, and there's a consequence to it. So yeah, there's parity in a sense.
Yeah, I think whoever came up with the idea or whatever it is, whoever's idea, I think is ingenious.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Believe it or not, Giancarlo Stanton used it last season.
Did he?
Yep. And it turns out during that time,
but it was there was no noise made about it. I don't recall that. Yeah, I didn't know.
Right. So that was the thing. He used a type of torpedo bat last year, including in the playoffs. And he hit 7 long balls in 14 games. The thing is, they didn't make as much noise because it wasn't the severity of the taper was not quite there. So
now they being
under the radar.
So it's really being like specifically designed, like when they draw it up type of deal. Like, no, I want it here, and yeah, okay. I don't know. At the end of the day, I like it. What say y'all?
I'm all for it at this point, right? The chicks dig the long ball, as they say. Even though
here we go. Yeah, this guy here. He been waiting. We about 2 hours in, like me, right? He been waiting to say that. You know what I'm saying? It took him long enough. Yeah.
But the average runs per game is up only a decimal to a fraction of a decimal, 0.04. and the batting average is actually down 5 points across the board. So
okay, so we got to wait really till we get to like the All-Star game. You know,
Maybe
you got to
month.
get a bigger sample size to really see if they really making that big a difference.
Hey, listen, it's only the 2nd of April. All the teams are.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Wait
Yeah,
until like May, end of April.
Nah,
or you think
I'm thinking June. I'm thinking. Yeah, we need at least 80 something games, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, that because I mean, where we at right now? They haven't even played 10 games.
Yeah, it's a series.
Really?
Yeah, I think most teams are in their second series.
Yeah, or something like
season.
that. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I just thought the way the ball was jumping off the bat for the Yankees.
Yeah. But
I'm thinking the Yankees did that
because
they want to see the Dodgers.
But again,
they like, man, we got an equalizer for Kershaw and company.
But again,
and Ohtani.
The Yankees ballpark is a hitter's ballpark as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a hitter's friendly ballpark.
Yeah, but but did they play any away games and was the ball?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's also to your point. That's what I'm saying. That's also to your point. Like, yeah, we need to see more data.
Because if they was playing in them parks that wasn't hitters parks and it was still jumping off the bat, well, that's that. Okay. Then yeah, all right. Well, I'm just saying I like the torpedo bat idea.
It's something new. It's a new wave. I'm interested in seeing anything that can make the game more interesting, more. I'm good. I'm here for it.
Well, and speaking of that nice segue. Let's talk about the ABS also in Major League Baseball. That's not anti-lock. Hey, stop stealing my lines. Stop stealing my lines.
I had ABS. I was not a big fan.
Stop stealing my lines. I was just getting ready to say that.
I was not a big fan of it. You know, it was helpful sometimes, but when they get the
well, when you ride the big wheel, you know what I'm saying? Handbrake. Anyway, the automated ball strike challenge system. They toying with it, obviously, in the minor leagues. They've been toying with it for like the last year or two anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it time now for it to make its major league debut?
They need to do it early in the season because it's going to be some adjustment. If they wait,
well, if I'm not mistaken, this is set to debut next in 2026. If I'm
I
not
hope
mistaken.
it debuts early. Like when they're going to debut it like start of the season.
Yeah, before the season starts, letting everybody know.
Yeah, because
I don't know. I'm saying that you suggesting.
So we're right. Artificial intelligence, computer assistance, and all.
Okay. Here we go, Double J. Appreciate it. Let's read up on this right here. Major League Baseball. You're scrolling too fast, right? It's going to test the this was the system. What?
The MILB.
This system was used. Oh no, Double J, find another article. Because
whoever wrote sports,
can't go no more.
Hey man, I can't get no real than that. That's journalism today.
That ain't journalism.
That's AI,
plagiarism.
That's AI run amok. That's
plagiarism is what it is.
Unchecked.
Chat PPL.
Chat GT PTG.
GTA.
PPG.
Yeah.
PPE. Protective Personal Equipment. That's what somebody's been wearing.
Where
MLB is going
to players were overturned half the time. Wow.
What happened there now?
So half the time the players issued the challenge, they won the challenge.
Well, you know whose fault that is. It's one guy's fault. Let me just say it that way. It's one guy's fault that this thing is even a thing, and now they really trying to make it a bigger thing. That's Angel Hernandez. Okay.
And he retired.
He tired. He was tired when he was tired.
All right. So each team
and I was tired of seeing
challenges, and they will only lose their challenge if the umpire's call is confirmed. Only the batter, pitcher, or catcher can challenge a call.
Not the coach, not the manager.
That's crazy.
Whoa. So wait a minute.
And no additional challenges in extra innings. So you don't get an extra one if you use them all in the first 9 and it go to extra innings.
That's it.
That's it.
But now
prevents from slowing the game down. And
listen.
No. And it's very clear. It's very clear. I'm gonna give you a very simple explanation for it. Very simple. Where is a manager watching the game? Away from the strike zone.
Oh, okay. Got you. Whereas in the NFL and the NBA, they right there on the they right there on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. So the guys who have the better vantage point,
right,
are awarded the opportunity to challenge. Okay, all right, that's fair. Okay, got you. All right. Well, I mean, yay or nay? I like this idea too, man.
They've had it in tennis for decades.
Wait a minute. Whoa. But wait a minute. But tennis came up with something new. No, I don't know.
No, I mean, we've seen the whole ball. Did it bounce in the fair?
That's the from the network's vantage point to the viewer watching it on TV.
Oh, see, I thought that was a system that they were just relaying.
I don't believe so.
I thought that
they challenge it, when they look now, it shows. So
it shows on the screen.
Maybe was it the French Open or the Australian Open? I'm almost positive I had seen them challenge a call, and they went and looked where the ball marker was, and then they showed that technology. Because even I was questioning one that looked like it clearly had hit the line, but it missed by a fraction.
But I'm talking about in real time, though. Whoever the line judges are in tennis, they don't have a they don't get to go to some like automated. They don't have anything automated on the tennis court at the time, do they?
Correct.
They do, or
See,
they
what
don't.
We're seeing here is a real-time example. So again, that pitch was thrown, and now we're waiting. And again, we're doing this, and we're looking at this in real time. And then there it is over there, the challenge showing where it landed, and that it was clearly a ball.
Wow.
Where's the automated box at though? Where does it? If it's replacing the umpire, where are they putting it at?
It has to be at center field.
Why would it be at center field?
So sometimes, because I mean, it's a camera, it's a machine, so it can probably grab from center field. It can zoom in. You know what I'm saying? It can zoom into.
Well, I mean, I get it because they got satellites in the sky, and we can use cell phones like in the space. I get it, but wouldn't you want it behind it where? So I don't get it though. I mean, I get it, but why would you put it out in center field when you got the umpire right behind the batter?
Well,
wouldn't you want to put it somewhere there?
Yeah, I don't know where it's placed.
Where does it say where they place it at?
Let's see. I'll see if I can find that.
Yeah, I'd like to know. Where do they place it at? Yeah, same here, Gully. Yep, same here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to know where they place it at. But either way it go, man, I'm cool with the torpedo bats and the ABS, anti-lock braking system. I'm just saying. But again, in tennis, they don't have cameras in tennis, do they?
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
So there's no more. Who used to do it? Who used to make the calls in tennis? It was a person, right?
Yeah. See, they're using a system like Hawkeye, and they're able.
Oh, okay. So there's so there's no longer a person in tennis making these calls.
Well, they're still making it almost like an umpire, right? Just like an umpire would, but you can challenge it now.
Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, okay.
Historically, right? The tech wasn't there.
Yeah.
And
when McEnroe was doing his thing and Borg and all of them, Steffi Graf and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Martina
Navratilova. Yes, Navratilova. Don't do that. She was called
Steffi Graf.
I just said Steffi Graf.
All the names?
No, we don't need
to.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, and on that note,
Williams,
yeah,
Michael
all right.
Chang,
all right.
Andre Agassi,
okay,
Andy Roddick,
Andy.
What was that?
We're just going. Why don't you say Tiger Woods, Lee Trevino?
Tiger Woods didn't play tennis.
Yeah, I'm just. You might as well. You naming names. You just might as well name it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Don Tornado.
Yeah. Rafael Nadal.
Yeah, Rafael Nadal. Yeah, that ain't all. Coco Golf. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Simone Biles. Just keep on. Yeah, keep on keeping on. Anyway, Double J, what you got for us? We getting ready to get out of here.
So they're strategically placing them around the park. I did find it for you. I'm
so
gonna
it's
actually show you this because there's more than one.
Oh, so it's an amalgam that comes.
But it's got to be one main camera that all the other cameras communicate with. Just like in you know, you got a side judge, back judge. You know what I mean. There's a referee. It's one or umpire. It's got to be one camera.
Whoa.
My gosh.
Wow.
Well, they got all these cameras. Who they think coming?
So the Hawkeye star.
Who they think coming here? Michael Jackson? My gosh, man. There's a concert? Jeez. Hey, 10-cent beer night at the Municipal Stadium did not go well. Y'all need to rethink this.
So here's how this goes. It's utilizing 12 cameras around the park for a full field optical pitch, hit, and player tracking. 5 cameras operating at 100 frames per second are primarily dedicated to pitch tracking. And then the additional 7 are focused on tracking players and batted balls at 50 frames per second. So to your point, Barbershop Jay, of those cameras that you see, only 5 of them are for pitching.
Okay, so that's the difference in the
Those
color
are the red
designation.
ones there.
I was just going to say the color designation. The yellow ones are for player tracking and such.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Oh, man, this is good stuff. Hey, at the end of the day, man, I'm all for it, man. I think this would be... Oh, that looked like me right there. Shout out. Good looking out, Double J. Found some rare footage.
You know this ball is a home run. If that look like him.
You know what? This is the disrespect. I know you ain't talking. You was serving them up. You know what I mean? I know you was on the take in your little league game. You know what I mean? The stuff of legend. they say, yeah. Let's show us the envelope. Did you still got the envelope that they gave you, that they handed you?
Hold on 1 second, real quick.
Double J, I'm telling you right now, when he played, bro, man, it was one game he played in, bro. I'm trying to tell you, he came in the neighborhood after the fact. He was handing out penny candy to everybody, man. Like, where you get the money at all of a sudden to buy $1,200,000 worth of penny candy and bubble gum? You know what I mean? When 2 days before that, you know what I'm saying, we was scraping up pennies just so we could, exactly. So we can get some Chico sticks. What's this right here? What are we looking at here?
You can see this here, as far as the quality of the accuracy through independent testing. They measured location of the center of the baseball at the front of home plate has been found in repeated testing to be accurate within 0.25 inches, so 1/4 of an inch on average, with some of that error attributable to the ground truth testing system. In other words, it's super accurate within the width of a pencil or the top of a push pin.
Either way, it's more accurate than Angel Hernandez. That's all I need to hear.
On his best day.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay. Yeah, right. And on that note,
hold on. Wait a minute.
What you doing?
If you don't
why you got why your forehead look like that?
Hold on. You know what?
Come on, man. I got to go. It's Metamucil time.
All right. Hey, I just want to share the screen real quick.
Okay, share the screen. What are we looking at here?
If you can, bam. I want y'all to take a look at this real quick.
What's this right here?
Do you see it?
I see it. See it. Of course I can see it. What do you think I'm going to ask you? What is this right here?
All right.
The hee-haw.
Watch this real quick. You want to look at the
what
picture.
the hee-haw?
Yeah, what I'm saying, you're going to ask, can you see it? I just said, what is this?
It don't show. It's not rendering. Oh, come on, man. It's a great play. All right, here we go. Oh, come on now.
You see, Double J, this is why we let you do all of the video stuff right here, because you would think that.
Watch. Just watch.
Okay.
Here you go. Watch the picture. Whoa! Got him.
Right man.
Yeah, number 23. That's
not a balk.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, Double J, it looked like that's what it looked like to me, a balk.
Right. No, that
was a balk.
That's what that move was. That's
a balk.
No, yeah, that was a balk. He got him out because he did it right. Technique was
No,
not.
whether he got him out or not, this is why they need. That's why they got the technology they got in Major League Baseball right now. It's coming to high school, and yeah, let's get on out of here. That's what we finna do. And on that note, yeah, it was a balk.
It wasn't a balk. That was family that did that. That was Levon. He did that. Got that.
I know. Shout out, but it was a.
Oh, then I'm Angel Hernandez. Then no, not that.
No, I'm not going. I'm BSJ.
Why you think it was a balk?
Because
what? Do you know
it
what
was?
a balk is?
Yeah. Do I know what? I know what a Jabberwocky is too, and I know what.
So what's a balk?
Listen, back up off me, Chewbacca.
How
and
is
on
it a
that
balk?
note, I'll leave you with this quote: "Generosity hides one's shortcomings." Let me read that again. Generosity hides one's shortcomings. How's Ali ready?
And my turn. A balk is a illegal motion made by a pitcher that may deceive a base runner.
Well, I mean, you know, that's the Webster's version. The BSJ version can't be said here on national television. It's been fun, but we got to run. Don't forget to check us out.
It was
every other Wednesday, maybe at 9:30 on the PM side or whenever how we go. You know, I know, unfortunately, my 9 to 5 or whatever it is, working at the post office, things are in an uproar as I speak. So we kind of can be here when we can be here. We appreciate all the man. Don't nobody want to hear your background music. Don't do that, man. Or y'all have to check us out on Facebook, Twitter.
Hey, you know when the producer trying to wrap the show?
yeah, we rapping. Twitter, Instagram, the Shop's fan page, and of course YouTube. Make sure when you're over at the tube, please hit the subscribe button. We be much obliged. If that don't work, y'all can Google it for my dudes, B Rich, Double J, D Gully, and all those who follow and support us. We say thank you. Barbershop J, you be listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's going on, or really going on, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome.